I was on the phone to my contact from Boss a little while ago. One of the things that I was asking about, there was a few things that I mentioned. One was the Dimension, which is a chorus pedal, which I really enjoyed. And the other was this, the Booster Preamp. Now, obviously I wasn't involved in the launch. That's an interesting thing. I don't really have a boost pedal. If I was gonna get a boost pedal, this might be an interesting one. Anyway, they sent me this one. Specifically because I was asking about it. Actually, there's a bit more to this than meets the eye. This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. So there is a standard and a vintage buffer on here. So a couple of different ways that you can buffer the pedal. But what is this pedal essentially? It's kind of 3 boosts in one. You've got a natural setting, and then the other 2 modes, essentially you're using the preamps of either the Space Echo or the CE, chorus pedal. Well, let's dig into it and see what the tones sound like and see what this thing sounds like in front of, for instance, Helix Native. This could also be a good bet. Say you had a Line 6 Pod Go and you needed a pedal to go into the front of it to buffer it or something like that. Yeah, I don't have a booster / preamp on my board. Let's see if this is the sort of thing that actually might make sense. Okay, so we're going into Helix Native here. You can be rest assured that Native is not doing all of the heavy lifting. So that's switching the buffer, not making a huge difference. So this is the natural setting. Crank the gain. We got a fair amount of gain. transparent kind of boost. Right, so to get some sense of like the preamp coloration, let's... Immediately, I'm preferring the RE. Let's see if that holds true if we crank the gain. So also I think it's got a bit more gain than the natural, both sides of that have, I think. So I think if you're going to go for the more gained up tones, for me personally with the Strat, I'm liking the sound of the RE, a more natural boost. Obviously the natural makes sense, and then the CE would be the one that I wouldn't use. I feel like I'd be using the RE most of all. Let me know which you prefer out of all those. How you use a booster, I guess, would affect how you might use this. I'm going to try it in front of an amp as well and see if I find some different kind of findings. Just before I continue with the video, TrueFire sponsors this channel, and so I like to, a few times a month, point out some courses on there that I'm enjoying. Eric Haugen actually just brought out a mode course, which I've not checked out yet, but I've been enjoying his double stop pentatonic course. And before that, there's this Zen Master course, which he had up. And it's I don't know, just a really chilled instructor, has a nice vibe. And if you guys are looking for a bit more kind of a walkthrough process, you know, for certain things, I'm not the most organised guy. Eric and all of the instructors on there seem to have quite a nice kind of pathway for learning if you're into that sort of thing. You could use the code JNC40 to get 40% off any individual course, whether it's something from Andy Timmons, Andy Wood, Eric Johnson, Eric Haugen, Tim Lurch, etc. Or you can use the code JNC100 if you wanted to dip in and out of all of those lessons. Use the code JNC100 to get $100 off their all-access pass for the year, to get $100 off so you can access all of the courses on TrueFire. Okay, going into a Matchless Lightning clone, kind of set clean. that's a pretty nice way to be using it. Or you could use it in front of your overdrives as well, right? See, obviously, if you're hitting the front of an overdrive hard, you don't get as much of a level boost, as this is going to diminish your headroom. Likewise, if you're already into a driven amp, you're not going to get as much kind of boost relative. It's going to push it into overdrive. We can use those kind of principles to you know, boost in different ways. If I want a volume boost, I would generally boost after the overdrive. If I just want a gain boost effectively into the overdrive, I could put it before, but as soon as I turn that overdrive off, we're going to get the volume boost of the booster as well. I'm liking the sound of that with that amp, and so that's good news.